is that? Ah! What's happening, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. A lot of you guys sent me questions on my YouNow profile. So we're just going to go down the list here and I'm going to answer some of them. Would you get any other piercings? If so, which ones? So you guys know that I have snake bites. When I was about 14, I decided I wanted snake bites, but my parents wouldn't let me get them. So I waited 4 years, and then when I turned 18, that same week, I went and I got these. But that's the only piercings I have. I've thought about getting my ears pierced before, and I thought that maybe I'd just get like a stud or something. And I've also thought about getting shark bites. For those of you who don't know what shark bites are, they're basically another snake bite, almost like a viper bite, right there. So then you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 there, and those are called shark bites. And I've thought about getting those a lot. What's your favorite Pokemon? This is almost an impossible question for me. For those of you who don't know, I love Pokemon. I think Pokemon's super cool. Yu-Gi-Oh sucks, Digimon sucks, Bakugan sucks, Pokemon's where it's at. Now whenever I play the games, I always go with leaf type. So I've always gone with Bulbasaur or Turtwig or etc. I also, as soon as he came out, I had a soft spot for Fraxure. He's just badass, and there's something about him, specifically out of all of those evolutions, that just stands out and makes him really cool. Also, I've always had a thing for Tyranitar. Tyranitar is just so badass. I mean, you can't get much cooler than that. He's just all rah. And then I have this weird thing for several water-type Pokemon. Totodile has always been one of my favorites. There's just something about Totodile. The transformation from Psyduck to Golduck is probably the coolest one of all, because Psyduck is pretty much useless, and then Golduck becomes utterly badass. The only one that's cooler than that is the evolution from Magikarp to Gyarados. It's like when that ugly girl that nobody likes at school ends up being really hot at your 20-year reunion. For the sake of the comment, and I'm only going to say this one because he was my favorite for the longest time, I'm going to have to go with Grovyle. Grovyle is just, there's something about Grovyle that just makes me really happy. He's a goofball, he's able to be ridiculous, but he's also able to be super cool, and he just makes, I just feel like Grovyle would be the Pokemon that I would have chilling with me like Ash's Pikachu. But I still like Vaporeon. Would you rather have a belly button that screams every time you take off your top or no toes? That's so hard. On one hand, I bet you could get prosthetic toes, but I feel like people might notice that. You could also tape your belly button's mouth shut. Or could you? All in all, I have no idea. That's probably one of the hardest questions I've ever had to ask myself in my entire life. Moving on. This is all from one person, so I'm just going to go down the list here real quick. Crowd surfing or moshing? Moshing. Prettiest inanimate thing you've ever seen? Glastonbury tour. Laptop or desktop? Laptop. Apple or Android? Apple. Coffee, tea, or water? Depends on the tea, but I'm gonna have to go with water. Do you like gum? I chew gum all the time. Favorite candy? Sour Patch Kids. Favorite food? Prosciutto. Do I watch any YouTubers? I don't really watch that many YouTubers, but I do watch Ownage Pranks because I think he's freaking hilarious and I love all of his pranks. And then I watch my friend Livy Vendetta. You guys might see her pop in on my YouNow broadcast sometimes. But Livy's actually a pretty cool friend of mine. What are your most favorite concerts you have been to? Probably one of my favorite shows ever was the Hollow Bodies tour where Bless the Fall headlined. That was an incredible, incredible show. And they encored with Hey Baby, Here's That Song You Wanted. Probably the most epic show I ever saw was Bring Me the Horizon with Of Mice and Men, Issues, and Let Live. That show was freaking awesome, and every single song just blew me away, and it was just the coolest crowd ever, and it was just one gigantic party. At one point, I went to go get merch, and they didn't let me back in because the entire place was so full that they didn't have any more room, and it was a hazard if they put more of us in there. most intense concert I was ever at is my second time seeing Beartooth, because everyone was literally just mushed together and it was crazy. That was the first time I was ever at a concert and I was actually a little bit scared that I might get hurt. So that's it for my first question and answer video. Thank you guys so much for all the awesome questions. This was actually a lot of fun and I hope that I get even more questions next time because I really enjoyed doing this. My YouNow link is at the bottom here if you guys ever want to watch me broadcast and you haven't already. And if you want to ever ask me any questions for another Q&A, you can always go down to this and put them down there below, or you can put them in the comments section. Be sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you liked me. If not, then get out of here. I'm Brendan Bagwell, and keep it adorable.